Hi, Marie here. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm excited to share with you my top 10 fragrances for fall. I am so excited about all of these and I can't wait to share them with you. So let's just get started. Now it's actually 10 plus 1 because it's hard for me to do just 10. I could have chosen so many more. When I do my changeover with my carousel, you'll see all the fragrances that I'm wanting to pull out for the fall, but these are the 10 I'm especially excited about, plus 1. So this one I have to mention every year. It's NIRVANA Rose by Elizabeth and James. I think you can still get it on FragranceNet and whatnot, so if I can, I'll have all of these linked down below, but that includes this one. It's rather affordable. This one has rose, geranium, and vetiver in it. The rose is definitely center stage, but it's got this spiciness because of the vetiver, and it just smells delicious. It smells like wine and roses, and what it reminds me of, like fall to me is my wistful time. It's the time that I am the most I don't know, it's just cozy, right? So this fragrance, for whatever reason, reminds me of when I was just graduated, and I was a bit I guess you'd consider me emo. I don't know. I always wore black. I wore this long black trench coat, and I loved going out to this lake that was kind of in our community. It was this big lake, and I loved going on windy, cold days. I'd walk along the bank of the lake, and I'd hear the wind. The wind would be blowing, and the lake would be slapping like waves. Those things called waves. Anyway, I just loved the wistfulness of it. It would be gray outside. I don't know why this fragrance reminds me of that, but it does, and so I just love it. Like, it's such a great memory for me, and this fragrance is actually really beautiful. It smells more niche as far as it being just a little different. It's deeper. It's kind of a little bit, I don't know, like there's a little bit of a sexiness to this one. Some people find the rose too powdery in this one. But I happen to really love it. It smells to me like a deep, dark Bordeaux, or Bordeaux, is that what it's called? I don't know, some sort of deep, dark wine mixed with rose is what I get out of it, with a little hint of spiciness, like the vetiver makes it a little bit dry. So just love this one and had to mention it. Longevity, not great, like 4 hours, but I just really enjoy it, so yeah. I'm wearing plaid. I actually normally feel really self-conscious in plaid. Like, you know how people wear those cool plaid jackets? When I put it on, I feel like a lumberjack. I don't feel feminine in it. I don't feel anything, and I feel a little bit almost grandma-esque in this, but I absolutely love it. I got it off of Shein for 14 bucks. 14 bucks! And it's like this kind of flannel, like it kind of does look like a nightie, so yeah. I'm gonna actually show you what it looks like all together. It's this little tiny dress, and I wouldn't normally wear it with bare legs. I would wear it with like leggings and booties, but I just think it's the cutest thing, and I'm really happy about it. I love the fact that it's like all sorts of different types of plaid on here, so I finally don't feel like a lumberjack. Anyway, continuing on. Next fragrance I'm super excited to wear this fall is The Only One by Dolce & Gabbana. This is the wrong bottle. This was put in here because the bottle broke. This one was from Lori, which, thank you, Lori. This one I just really love. There's coffee in it. There's a little bit of, I think, orange blossom in it. It's just cozy and sweet. There's caramel in here, I think, as well. So some people say that this is like a little bit more elevated than Black Opium. I'm not a huge fan of Black Opium. This one I didn't like for the longest time, and then all of a sudden I really started to enjoy this one, so I'm really excited about wearing it. Kind of cozy, a little bit gourmand actually, but I'm really digging kind of that caramel coffee mixture with the floral. So yes, love it. Next one, I'm not going to stay on too long because I just talked about it, but Mon Guerlain. I wear this in the spring, but I find it way too sweet in the summertime. But I am so excited to wear this one again. I just love it. I love the lavender. I've talked about it enough. Beautiful feminine fragrance, but works well in the cooler months as well. The only time it doesn't work is the summer. So excited to be pulling this one out again, and I think I'm going to be wearing this one a lot. I just am craving it these days. While we're on kind of that Mon Guerlain-y feminine type fragrance, I've got to bring this one up because it's basically one I've thought about all summer, and it is La Vie Belle by Lancome. Now I've got La Vie Belle Eclat, which is a lot more orange blossom centric. This one is very similar, but the orange blossom is not as prominent, and this one has praline and vanilla, like a lot more praline and vanilla. So I'm just excited to wear this one. It's a little bit cozy. It's a little bit over the top. Definitely performs better, I think, in the fall and the winter. It's just too much for spring and summer. But yeah, I'm excited to pull this one out. This one's pretty polarizing. Some people hate it because of the patchouli. Some people hate it because everybody wears it. The bottom line is this fragrance is great. Guys love it. Long lasting, and I find it really enjoyable. I didn't like it at first, but that praline, and then I think there's blackcurrant and pear in the opening, so I love that fresh fruity opening. That praline vanilla combination, just so delicious. So yeah, La Vie Belle by Lancome. Next fragrance, I'm so excited to pull up. Like, I'm actually so excited to pull all of these out because they've been away for at least 3 months. Some of them have been away for 5. So it's almost like Christmas. Like, I'm so excited to wear these. That's the fun thing. Like, if you do have a lot of fragrances, to put some away for a while, you can do it seasonally. You can just do it month by month. Bring out a few new ones, and it just all gets exciting again. So anyway, next one that I can't wait to wear for the fall is Jasmine Wisp by RASASI. Now this fragrance, it's very bombastic and in your face. Like, it's just, you get some fruits. I think there's peach in this one. There's coconut. Like, there's a ton of notes in this one. What I get is a fruity floral. There actually isn't any jasmine, but there's white florals in it. I get mainly just this big loud fruit with kind of a jasmine-esque type of vibe. So it's a little bit sexy. There's a little bit of woodiness, I would say, in this one. It's super long lasting, performs excellent in the cold, but it's so loud, like kind of loud and obnoxious. Like, I think about Fran Drescher, you know, when she'd be like, like that kind of laugh. Somehow this fragrance makes me think of that. Even the laugh, like when I did the laugh, I annoyed myself. But this fragrance is, I just love wearing it. It's vivacious, it's out there, and it's just kind of fun. So love that I'm pulling this one out. Now, next fragrance I'm excited to pull out. I'm really excited to pull this one out actually, because I have yet to wear it since I bought it, and that is Flower Bomb Midnight. So this was part of my Fragrance Net collaboration. I find it kind of interesting that they'd name it Midnight because it doesn't smell overly sultry, like some sort of way like deeper, darker, sexier version of Flower Bomb. It's possible that they chose the name Midnight because it has night blooming jasmine, I believe, in it. So maybe that's part of it. This one you could definitely wear during the day. It's not a major heavy hitter, like you're gonna get 5-6 hours out of it, but it is just so beautiful. So it's got black currant in it. I think there's pomegranate in it. There's some peony, there's musk. I don't know what else, but this one, it's just a beautiful fruity, kind of deeper fruity, delicious floral fragrance that I am so excited to wear. You could definitely wear this, I'd say, year round, but I just wanted to save it for fall. It's quite juicy. Like, I love black currant in fragrances, so the opening is just intoxicating. Actually, I find this to be a really intoxicating fragrance, like one that you want to smell and smell. So from that perspective, you know, it definitely work as a date night fragrance, but as far as I'm concerned, this one can be worn all day long. So I am so excited about Flower Bomb Midnight. Have you tried this one? Do you like it? This to me is by far my favorite. I also love Flower Bomb Nectar. Just think that one's gorgeous as well, but Flower Bomb Midnight, delectable. Now the next in my top 10 for fall, I'm so excited about this. Now I got this in PR and it's from Untamed Perfumes and it is MEVLANA. Now I got this in the summer and so I put it away until fall because I felt like it was more of a fall fragrance. I wore it once, like kind of in the springish, but this is one that I would lay in bed thinking about this fragrance. Like seriously, I obsessed about it. Like I knew where it was and I just literally thought about it all the time and couldn't wait to begin to wear this one. Now I'm going to read, she sends cards with all of her fragrances, which I just think is such a cool touch. So this one has a top of cardamom and pink pepper. In the heart there's rose and dried fruit. The base is cacao, Greek mastic, Mediterranean incense, tonka bean, tobacco, Turkish coffee, powdered vanilla sugar, mahogany wood, and sandalwood. I definitely get that cardamom, which I happen to absolutely love. I definitely get the rose and I can, you know, kind of feel the dried fruit vibe. But where this really shines is in the base. Now, because it's got those, you know, those resinous kind of smoky type qualities to it. This one, the only thing that I find challenging about it is the Greek mastic. I think it's a type of resin. It's found only on this one island in Greece. And so that's kind of neat, but I find it a bit sharp. Like it's definitely resiny. And it would be almost balsamy, but it's not because it smells different than that. But it's that same kind of quality. So there's a sharpness to it. Just like if you take a pine needle and kind of crack it and sniff it, you get that, that feel from it. So I find that a little bit strong and a little bit sharp, especially to begin with. But I somehow crave it at the same time. So I love it. I love that kind of dark, like the dark coffee and the tobacco, and it reminds me of being in some sort of like the inspiration from this was kind of like this cool little coffee house that she ran into in Greece. And so, you know, it had all those components. There'd be the wood in there, the tobacco, a little bit of liquor, a little bit of coffee, all of that kind of smell, but almost like it's been there for 100 years. So all of those smells combined, which I just love. Like I love that. And so the other thing that I love about this fragrance is it reminds me of this book that I read ages ago, and it's this chick that she, like, I don't know if you've heard of ley lines or lee lines. It's this idea in kind of Celtic mythology or whatever, that there's lines that run all throughout the earth. And so like Stonehenge and places like that are on these ley lines or whatever they're called. So anyway, this man knew how to kind of time travel using the ley lines. It was his grandfather did it, but then he started doing it. And then this chick, who was kind of like a really annoying, super anal, kind of weak, she accidentally stumbled into a time before coffee had been created. And she was in some little town in Germany, and she created the first German coffee house. And so she sourced beans. She became a total entrepreneur. She was serving coffee to the kings of the time, and it was just this novel place where she had pastry. She had a baker working for her, and then she had these amazing coffees. I just imagine them selling ale there. It was a really super cool book, but I was really intrigued by her story, and the first time I smelt this, that's what I thought of. So it smells old world, but in such a good way. It's right up there with all those like kind of deep, dark, sexy, resinous, pirate-esque fragrances. This would be right in there. I love it. I crave the smell of it, and I'm so excited to wear it. If you have a chance, go check out her website. Everything will be linked down below, but I just love these. This is an extrait de parfum as well, so it's gonna last literally all day. Next fragrance that I'm super pumped to wear, I'm gonna actually layer it with quite a few fragrances, and that is Be Layard's Cherry Delight. This is an inspiration scent for Tom Ford's Lost Cherry. To me, it's not the same as Lost Cherry. but it's the same as the opening of Lost Cherry. So if you are a fan of that kind of dark, almost boozy cherry opening, then this one is for you. It's super long lasting. It smells just tart, rich, cherry, not synthetic, but like kind of a little bit boozy. I absolutely love this one, and I love wearing it on its own, but I also love wearing it paired with other fragrances. Like, it just works so fantastic. So the Only One Intense by Dolce & Gabbana goes fantastic with this. Any rose centric fragrance would be awesome. Any almond centric fragrance would be awesome paired with this. And on that note, I'm also excited to wear this in my top 10, AMOUAGE Sunshine. Now, I know I've talked about this tons, but I literally am addicted to it. It's almond. It's literally delectable. Like, it's seriously, I crave this one as well. So I'm definitely not putting it away. I certainly don't think this is a fragrance, even though it seems like a sunny, sunshiny fragrance. It's all year round worthy. The main players are the almond and the osmanthus and the white tobacco, which gives it a humid feel. It's just, it smells like you've taken the almond, the osmanthus, and the tobacco flower, and you've kind of muddled them together. That's what it smells like. There's this apricot almond vibe, and it just smells so good. Definitely unique, not blind buy worthy, and usually it takes a little bit to get used to this, but seriously, I can't get enough of it, and I'm excited to try these two together. I kind of think that they'll work well and would just make the most delicious fall fragrance ever. Maybe not. I don't know. Let's just try it real quick. I'm pretty sure it's going to be amazing. So anyway, AMOUAGE Sunshine, Be Layered Cherry Delight. Those are 7 and 8 in my top 10 list. I've got two more for you. The first one is Intense Cafe by Montal. This is just a sweet rose, kind of like a candied rose, mixed with a hint of coffee and a lot of sugar. So I prefer this one over Roses Vanille by Mascara, or even Florence, which I have by Mascara. Those ones are a little bit tartar, like there's a little bit more of a tart vibe in those ones. This one has less tartness and just more of that sweetness somehow. So I thoroughly enjoy this one. This one lasts all day. It's quite cozy. It's very sweet, and I always think of like a very sweet, sugary, milky coffee and a rose. And if you somehow combine those together almost into a caramel, that's what you would get. It's such a great fragrance, and it's great for those crisp, cold days when you want to smell a little bit sweet, but also a little bit cozy. This one's absolutely great. So Montal Intense Cafe. This is the 50 ml bottle. The only thing that I don't like about Montal bottles is they're so light that you really know how much 50 mils really is. Like, it's hardly anything. It's like, what, 1.7 ounces? So if you think of a shot glass, that's how much perfume you're getting in these bottles, and they make the bottles look so big and fancy, whereas this is actually just a little bit more true to size. So anyway, the bottles are not my favorite, but I don't hate them. As long as they spray and smell good, that's all I care about. So Montal Intense Cafe, love it. And my last one, I had to talk about it. I talked about it recently, but I'm so pumped to wear this one, and it is Mancera's Velvet Vanilla. This is bubblegum tuberose all the way. There's pear, there's angelica in this one, but what you get is like just a hint of green, and then you get this full force of sweet, sweet, sweet tuberose. But it's like kind of that bubblegum-esque tuberose. So it doesn't smell like legit bubblegum. There's this bubblegummy quality, and then as it dries down, it gets kind of buttercream, vanilla buttercream icing. So there is a buttery quality to this. It's absolutely gorgeous. I'm gonna spray myself with it right now because it's a party in a bottle. Like, it's a party in a bottle. Like, look at this bottle. It looks like some sort of sunset. I just love it, and it's so, like, it's in your face. It lasts forever. It's a major powerhouse, projects fantastic. I don't know if many people, like I've never gotten a compliment with this one, but it's so happy that it makes me happy. I feel invigorated and happy. And you know, sometimes when it's really doom and gloom and cloudy out, you want something that can just boost your mood. This is definitely one that works in that colder weather to boost my mood. I said before that this is a party in a bottle, and I absolutely have to agree. It is a party in a bottle. It's my party in a bottle, and I love it. So that is it. I am so excited to wear all of these and many others. Coming soon is the organization of my carousel, pulling out all my summer ones, trying to fit all my fall ones in. So I'm excited to do that. And yeah, that's it. I hope you have an amazing week, and we'll talk to you soon.